Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm new here, but what made me to open this channel is the pain I went through as a child. Let me say the trauma I went through as a child and the things I'm experiencing up to date. I would not like or I would not like my kids or people around me to experience what I went through. So I want to teach people to speak out, what they go through, what people think about them and they are not, what the society or friends or family think you are and you are not. It's time to speak out. It's time to change our past. Me, I've never gone to a therapist. I always fight my fight alone. The people I used to talk to before, I came to realize they just wanted to hear the story I tell them to I continue telling them the story, but they didn't help me, and I think they can't help me. So I always cry for help. I always say myself, one day will I get a therapist so that I can speak out the pain I have in my heart, the thoughts I have in my head. Will I one day heal? So I can't say I can approach someone nowadays and tell him the story. So I have no one to tell the story. So this why I have come here to this YouTube channel to tell my story, the part of the story I have. My childhood story began. It was amazing back then, but somewhere in the point, it's now my sadness. It's where I always take myself back. If someone hurts me today, I always go 20 years or 20 years back. 20 years back. Then that's how I process my things, because I have no one to speak to. I have no one to explain to. I always create my imagination sometimes, and that one day it made me go through something that I will never forget, and it was not my fault. It was never my fault. I don't know what happened, but I always felt like I was speaking to somebody, but that somebody was not there. It was just my imagination speaking. It was the things I always think. If you hurt me today, I always feel sorry for myself. I always in my thinkings, I always go and apologize. Me myself apologizing to somebody who hurts me. I feel like telling her or him, but I don't know how to approach him. I don't know how to approach him and tell him I'm sorry, or I tell him that you this and this and this you the every time I tell somebody, he thinks that is a joke, or is just say hata mi venye namwona kwa face yake, I don't think like she has gone through this and this. Me, I've gone through hell and shit. They always say if you see somebody smiling, his smile is not genuine, or her smile is not genuine. You see, you just speak, you just smile, but you have no one to speak to. You have no one to speak to. The people around you, if you try speaking, they judge you. Me, there are those people who have judged me, but they have judged me maybe the wrong way, or the story always people tell them about me. Me, I had friends, I had everything. But this one day, I wake up and I was not who I was. I was not who I was. Like, I'm seeing this shit, I always say myself, oh God, will I get a therapist one day to speak things that I've gone through? They're still hurting me up to date, up to now. I think that they continue. I have the anger that I cannot control. Even if my child tell me this, I don't know how to approach that thing. I don't know how to approach the situation. So I always feel sorry for everything I do. I always feel sorry. Everything I do, I always feel sorry. I don't know why, but I think one day I will wake up and I see this thing are just, they're fairy tales. How people say, isn't it stories ajaba? There are no stories ajaba. If you have not gone through, you will say in stories ajaba. But if somebody has gone through, or her, she will always feel that pain. You will be her brother or her sister in the situation, even not knowing you. You will always feel that pain. I always see people smile. I say, wow, that is beautiful. If you smile, let your smile be genuine. Wacha itoe hiyo hasira iko kwa roho yako kama smile itakuwa genuine. Me, I don't think me smiling will be genuine. No, me, I always look at myself in a mirror and I see my sorrow. You see? Unajiangalia kwa kioo hivi, unaona nafanana tu na mashida zangu. Me, I don't know how people always see me, but mimi najiona hivyo. Najiona tu niko tu nafanana na shida zangu. But I've never told anyone about this. I don't know why, but it's time to break this silence. I think this is the moment to break this silence. Juu nimekaa chini najifikiria nasema tu, hey, let me just speak out. Maybe speaking out will make me heal. Juu sijawahi pata therapist. Nilikuwa na watu wa kuongea, but there are such things that I can't tell my friends. I can't tell my family. I can't tell anyone. I just keep them to myself. And I don't want my kids to go through what I'm going through. I always feel sorry for them. But I don't know how to approach this situation. It's getting to my neck. I always feel sorry for myself.